Good afternoon. I am Elena Pasoli. I am the project manager of the Bologna Children's Book Fair. I'm Italian, of course, but there's a reason why I'm talking English, in my poor English, because I'm really moved. I have to welcome Felicity Dahl, that has accepted to join this event. The grandson, Luke Keeley, grandson of Roald Dahl, and his delicious girlfriend, Lydia. Thank you so much for being here. We were so proud to have been able to put together such a table, and your being here, of course, adds something that can be explained with words, and not with my words, actually. So thank you to all the participants. It's obvious Roald Dahl is the milestone of all what we're doing here at the fair. Children's books wouldn't even exist without Roald Dahl literature. And the Bologna Children's Book Fair has been celebrating literature for many years, but maybe we have been celebrating even more illustration. Maybe because it's easier, it's more direct, no languages. But I'm very, very proud to say that we have been focusing more and more in these last few years on literature as well. We are celebrating this year this very important centenary, both in this professional book fair with this table and with some other events taking more specialized on translation from Roald Dahl that are taking place at our Translators Cafe, as well as we'll be celebrating in a more familiar way during the weekend for young readers we are going to organize right after the fair. We will have readings and we will have challenges on the Roald Dahl novels for children from Bologna and from all over Italy. And one more step in our attention paid to literature is the new Premio Strega Ragazzi that we are organizing this year, and it is a prize only dedicated to literature published in Italy, but from authors both from Italy and from abroad. So I'm very happy that we're getting started with this special award to literature exactly in the year we are celebrating this important centenary. So thanks for being here. I know you've been waiting for this conference. I heard that you were here early before this starting, so thank you so much. Thank you to the family of Roald Dahl, thank you to the speakers, and thank you to Maria Russo who accepted our invitation, very late invitation, I have to say, and thank you so much for having made this possible. She is a children's book editor at the New York Times, and she will be great in coordinating this special event. Thank you, everybody, and let's get started.
I'm the children's books editor, as Elena said, at the New York Times Book Review. And it's a great honor to be here in Bologna to moderate this panel, Rebel Stories and Glittering Eyes, 100 Years with Roald Dahl. 100 years ago, in September, Roald Dahl was born in Wales to Norwegian parents. And so it is a wonderful pleasure this year to be able to celebrate his life and his work and his enormous contribution to children's literature, his lasting contribution to children's literature. We in this room are all adults, but most, if not all of us, first read Roald Dahl when we were children. We were dazzled and enchanted by his beautiful, mischievous language, thrilled and heartbroken by his stories, and swept away by his characters, by James and Charlie and Matilda, and Danny, and by the worlds they lived in, so like and so unlike our own. And if you're like me, you grew up and then you read Roald Dahl's books once more, this time to children, your own children, or perhaps your students, and you realize that they were speaking just as profoundly to your adult self, and as they once did to your child self. And they were speaking now as well to a whole new generation of children. And that is an incredible moment, that moment when we realize we're in the presence of what some call genius and others call magic. So here today, we will try to understand that a little bit and get inside it and understand and explain it. We're so lucky to have on our panel these 4 distinguished experts on Roald Dahl, his life, his work, and his legacy. They're going to take us on a journey into the genius and the magic of this great author, the man who gave us these words to live by. Above all, watch with glittering eyes the whole world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. And we'll start, our panel's going to start with the man who came up with that wonderful name for the panel, William Grandi, who is the professor of children's literature at the Giovanni Maria Bertin Department of Education at the Bologna University. His research focuses on children's literature, mythology for children, and genre fiction for children, as well as the connections between children's books and publishing. That's William. After William, we'll have Donald Sturrock, who is the author of Storyteller, the authorized biography of Roald Dahl, which we've just learned is just now being published in Italian, right here. Il canta storie. He's also a writer, director, and producer. Among his 30 documentaries and features is an acclaimed BBC television version of Little Red Riding Hood, Roald Dahl's version. He's also directed an opera based on Dahl's book Fantastic Mr. Fox. He's at work creating an international library of new orchestral works and operas for children based on the stories of Roald Dahl. And his most recent project is a collection of Roald Dahl's letters to his mother that he's edited, called Love from Boy, Roald Dahl's letters to his mother. It's coming out next month in the UK and next fall in the US. And I should also say Donald began his relationship with Roald Dahl more than 30 years ago when he made a film for the BBC about Roald Dahl. And turning to this side of the table, we have Jacob M. Held, who is an associate professor of philosophy at the University of Central Arkansas in Conway, Arkansas. His research focuses on a wide range of topics in philosophy and popular culture, including James Bond, Terry Pratchett, and Wonder Woman. Among the books he's edited is Roald Dahl and Philosophy, A Little Nonsense Now and Then. Wonderful title. And at the far end of the table is Susan Rennie, who is a lecturer in English language at the University of Glasgow and chief editor of the new Roald Dahl Dictionary, which I'm sure she'll show you. It will be published very soon in both the UK and the US, hopefully soon elsewhere as well. Among her many other accomplishments, she's also written and translated several children's books into Scots, and is now working on a Scots translation of the BFG, which is actually going to be the BGG. GGG, right. She'll tell you more about that. Okay, so we will begin with William Grandi.